Right now, the world's attention is locked on artillery shells and trench lines. Global powers are pouring billions into a grueling, physical grind in Eastern Europe. In the Middle East, Washington remains entangled in reactive military postures, deploying carriers and parking armored divisions in desert sandstorms. Journalist Ho Pen argues that while Beijing benefits from these conflicts, Xi Jinping has little interest in ruling over a bombed-out world. He is not looking to become a traditional wartime leader. While rival nations exhaust themselves fighting over physical borders with 20th-century tactics, they provide Beijing with the exact cover it needs to construct an arsenal far more effective than any missile. Xi's actual priorities are visible in China's interior. He is focused on restructuring domestic infrastructure, upgrading technology, and modernizing agriculture in rural orchards. Securing a strategic buffer of international peace provides the time China needs to complete a massive technological leap forward. His ambition goes beyond the logic of historical conquerors. He intends to use inescapable economic gravity to bind the global system together, entirely on Beijing's terms. For the last century, global influence relied on a specific formula: securing alliances, deploying troops, and sending gunboats to project power across the oceans. Beijing views that American blueprint as exhausted. Xi has no intention of copying a model that relies on constant military maintenance and loud physical threats. He is building his authority in completely different environments. The power centers of tomorrow are silent, sterile clean rooms where workers refine rare earth metals, manufacture advanced batteries, and build the semiconductors that drive global computing power. This strategy is driven by deep historical memory. During the century of humiliation, a self-isolated agrarian empire collapsed when it met industrialized Western powers. The lesson learned was that the ultimate defeat is being isolated and cut off from the global system. To prevent this from repeating, Xi's solution is to become the inescapable architect of the global rules that exist outside China's walls. This approach rests on the premise that economic dependence is a superior weapon to military deterrence because it is vastly harder to escape. You can see the physical nodes of this power map everywhere. By dictating the hardware of 5G cellular networks, Beijing positions itself at the base layer of global communication. Massive, automated cranes manufactured in China quietly handle the loading and unloading of 70% of the world's cargo, capturing the physical choke points of international trade. In factories, endless rows of synchronized robotic arms churn out the physical goods and electronics that foreign markets rely on to function every day. While a bomb can destroy a city's physical infrastructure, embedding a supply chain into a foreign nation's daily routine quietly tames the minds of its citizens and its leaders. Current geopolitical conflicts are shifting global energy prices in a way that benefits China right now, but Xi recognizes these war dividends as toxic and temporary. He demands an active victory. When digital lines of Belt and Road loans, factory equipment, and tech networks attach to a developing economy, diplomatic options disappear. The moment agreements are signed, opposition is locked down. National budgets and utilities are already tied to the contract. This method of conquest requires zero-station troops and no formal declaration of war. It runs entirely on time and the comfortable inertia of the target nation. Nations willingly maintain this trap because breaking it would mean destroying their own economy. Eventually, Western powers will attempt to execute their plans for economic decoupling and aggressive trade sanctions. Those policies will quietly fall apart inside the West's own financial sectors, across paralyzed industrial parks, and in front of empty supermarket shelves. The visible face of this power is hyper-efficient, unavoidable technology integrated into daily human life, like advanced humanoid robots ready for consumer use. This total economic integration is Xi's modern version of Tianxia, an ancient concept meaning all under heaven. In this world order, victory is simply the quiet, inescapable realization that the world cannot survive without China's supply chains.